So the dromedary camels that live here, they have one hump shaped like the letter D. And then their buddies, the pronghorns, they are actually the second fastest animal on the planet, right behind the cheetah. Oh, and up next here we have some of my favorite big birds of the San Diego Zoo, and also one of our greatest success stories. These are the California Condors, and back in the 1980s, there was actually only 22 of these big birds left in the world. But we knew we couldn't let them go extinct. They play a very vital role in our ecosystem. We partnered with the California Condor Rescue, and we went out to collect all 22 of those big birds and brought them back here for our species survival plan. Ooh, look at them go! So the species survival plan, it's a lot like an online dating service for the animals. We actually get to communicate with zoos all around the world and open up the gene pool to play matchmaker. And we actually will pair up the animals that have the highest levels of genetic diversity, which guarantees lots of happy, healthy babies with low levels of inbreeding, which means that those babies are going to have a very happy, healthy, successful life. And we were actually able to breed, raise, and release over 300 babies back into the wild, bringing these guys right back to the brink of extinction, which is so very important because they play a vital role in our ecosystem. Does anybody know what those big birds eat? Dead stuff, actually. Not just anything, but all of the leftovers. Anything they can find out there that is, is left over. So carcasses, bones, things like that. So they're kind of like the garbage men of the wild. So imagine if our garbage men went extinct. There would be no one out there to pick up trash. Eventually things would get really gross and people would start to get really sick. Same thing would happen without those guys. All of the other animals living in the deserts out here in Southern California would start to be riddled with disease. And so they are actually keeping all the other animals in this area alive and well. Which is in part thanks to you guys. Just by hanging out with us here today, you are actually helping to fund those special breeding programs, keeping the California Condors alive. So we thank you, and the Condors thank you too. Now we are coming up on map location number 10. If you're following along, that's that 10 with the red circle around it on your map, which is also going to bring us right next to the itty bitty meerkat. And we have about 14 meerkats in this mob, but typically you'll just see at least maybe 2 or 3 of them out and about at a time. And that's because they have a special job to do. The ones that are looking down at the ground or digging, they are actually looking for tasty grubs for the rest of their group. And the ones that are standing up and looking around like they do so well are actually the ones like that guy. He's on guard duty, so he is ready to ring the alarm in the face of danger. And you know what they do if they do see something like a big bird or a blimp or a plane? They will actually, they have a special designated hole where they will just take all the young ones, throw them in the hole, and then sit on them. The end. They're safe. And so a group of meerkats is called a mob. Does anybody know what a baby meerkat is called? A mobster, actually. Good guess, though. All right. See ya, meerkats and kittens. Up next here, we are passing by an area called the African Rock Copy. The J is silent. And that is where you'll find the serval cats and the trumpeter hornbills. And on the rocks over here, we typically have a klipspringer or a dwarf mongoose hanging out. Let's see if there's anyone. No, not right now, but they are down there. Looks like we have rock hyrax in the trees, too. And the rock copy is actually a place for both the predator species and the prey species use it to their advantage. The predators are the ones doing all the hunting, so they will actually use the rock formation to scout out their next meal. And then the prey species, the ones that are being hunted, they will use the rock formations to hide away and build safe little homes from the things that are trying to get them. And down here on the right is the Ethiopian Highlands and Africa rocks. That's where you're going to find the baboons and the lemurs and the vervet monkeys, leopard sharks, leopard cats, African penguins, all sorts of fun stuff to see and do down here in Africa rocks. And if you haven't been to the San Diego Zoo in over a few years, this will be the newest part of the zoo for you. Do we have any first-timers on board? Ooh, okay, yes, quite a few of you, and I see you up there too. Well, thanks for raising your hand. Welcome aboard to the first-timers, and then welcome back for those of you that are joining us again. I certainly have been to the zoo quite a few times myself. I have actually been coming here since I was a little kid. Or a mobster, or a